everyone, welcome back to the workshop. Artisan Pirate here, and in today's fun video, hopefully a fun video, we are going to be discussing a woodworking opinion. Now, a couple weeks ago, I believe it was, I uploaded a YouTube short, those shorts that you can upload directly from your phone, and they're 60 seconds in length, asking if you guys thought a CNC machine was an essential tool for a woodworking shop, and I got some mixed comments on it, and I left it open at the end of the short that if you guys wanted to hear my personal opinion. So that's what this video is about. Keep in mind, this is my personal opinion on how essential a CNC machine is. I'm not trying to dog the tool or give it a bad rep or nothing like that. It's a general opinion that I want to discuss with you guys. And before I get into my personal opinion, I want to give a backstory on this CNC, a little bit of its heritage. And I would have never been able to afford one of these. This machine behind me was given to me by a good friend by the name of Ben. And unfortunately, in 2020, when everything was happening in the world, his store unfortunately had to close. His hand was forced, and you know, it's just a sad situation. But he had two CNC machines, and he reached out to me. I was a member where his store was. It was a local makerspace, and he wanted to give it to me and donate it to me as long as I made great things with it. And he just gave me the rule to never try to make try to turn around and sell it for a quick dollar like that. And I told him I would never do nothing like that. It's sat here ever since. I got this in June of 2021, and I've made some projects on it, made some videos on it if you guys care to go back with it. But then I got the software that powered it, which was the same version of the software that Ben had, and he gave me a crash course on the Vectric V-Carve software. That's mainly what I do on the CNC machine, is V-carving. But by my nature, when the CNC was given to me, it's my mindset to want to make things to give to people. I made some stuff and give it to local bands. I've made some stuff and give it to the Boys and Girls Club, which you guys know I'm a huge supporter of. And that's just my nature. I've got some of my projects laid out here. But now my personal opinion of a CNC machine is it is not essential. That's just me personally. Again, I am blessed to have one out here in the workshop and be able to make some amazing projects with it, and I'll show you these in a few minutes. But a lot of people, especially woodworkers, will say a table saw, which is sitting here in front of me, is the heart of the workshop and that it is the most essential tool for a woodworker. That's not the case for me personally. Personally, you guys know from me by following along on my journey that the scroll saw is the heart of the workshop here. And you know, that's just how it is. So I also think the mind is the most essential tool when it comes to woodworking. And a CNC machine is just a top tier tool for people to get. And now I think if you had a very small workspace and you got a CNC machine, a nice table saw, and maybe a router table to do some decorative edges on everything, you would be all set to do woodworking in your era of woodworking. I know there's a lot of traditional guys that just use chisels, gouges, and planers and do dovetail joinery, and that is just not what I'm about. I'm about scroll saw woodworking and having fun out here and making memories and documenting it for you guys. Now I want to hear your guys' opinions down in the comments, and please don't beat me up for not saying that this is an essential tool. I think if you have one, more power to you. You can make some amazing things. I know I have not even tapped into 50% of what this machine behind me is capable of because I just have not sat down and learned the software. You guys know I'm not a computer guy. That is not what my expertise is. My expertise is hands-on in doing things. And when I very first seen a CNC machine was at my friend Ben's store, and because of that it got me interested and got the wheels turning on what I could potentially make on it. And here are a few of the projects I have made. Now keep in mind, I said V-carving is what I love to do because it's just you attaching a piece of wood to the bed of the thing and using a V-carved bit, and you can make amazing signs like this. These are both made out of oak. This says Pirate's Life, and I've got it hanging on a leather cord on my back door just to kind of represent the pirate lifestyle. And then I've got this hanging in my train room. It's the Amtrak Carolinian sign I made, and it's just great that you can do projects like this. A bigger and more complex sign I made by V-carving with a quote on it was this pirate one here that says work like a captain so you can play like a pirate. And unfortunately, this was one of my earlier projects, learning this and flying solo on it. Of course, Ben was here the very first project I'd done. He came down and just showed me everything step by step by step. And again, I thank him for that and being a mentor figure for me. But this one here, and again, it came out a little closer to the edge than I would have liked, but it hangs out here proudly on the scroll saw display wall back there that's now incorporating laser stuff, 3D printed stuff, as well as the scroll saw stuff. So really, really cool. And for the bit you need for that is, like I said, a V-carve bit. This bit here comes from Tools Today, and I have used it and abused it by making a ton of signs and everything. And it's actually got a blade here that you can interchange with it instead of having to go buy the whole bit. And you can also do some pocket carving. And the next two projects I'm going to show you is the pocket carving type or way about doing things. And that's where you put thicker stock on it and it cuts out what is a pocket, you know. And for that you use a straight bit here. And all of these bits here came from the CNC tool company Tools Today. I have reached out to them, talked to them. I have their shirt, I have their sticker on my wall. They sent me a countersink bit I've got laying around here somewhere, but this was what I started out with on the CNC back there. It's called Matt's 3-piece CNC starter pack. I will hold it here if any of you guys are interested. Maybe you can screenshot this or take a picture and pause it and write down the numbers and all on it. But this is what I use. And then my Pops got me for my birthday an actual sign making kit of bits, which I haven't even opened yet because I'm not on this machine as much as I probably should be. And I'm sad about that, and I hope that I can get into it more this year, especially when the weather breaks permanently and we have nicer days. But pocket carving, you can do nice things like this. This is made out of mahogany, and this is a CNC butler tray where you can put your wallet, your jewelry, or your keys in at the end of a long day and just have something nice and decorative on your bedstand or countertop. And the walls on it keep everything in. This is cut with those straight bits there. And then you have something like this that I designed. I designed this start to finish in the Vectric software. And it is a pumpkin candy dish, and this is cut out of ash. This was a long cut. It took around 3 hours for the machine to carve this out. And when I'm using something like that for so long, I worry about a machine like that overheating. I know there's water-cooled spindles you can put on it. It's just a Bosch trim router here that's in it. And of course, me, in my artistic nature, I have relabeled the CNC machine a Jaws CNC machine. I've got the skull and crossbones here, and I've got the Jaws head there, and behind the cutter head here you see it more when it's moving along. But that's just a few of the projects you can make. And again, I haven't even tapped into what it can do. It can do inlay work, it can carve soft metals, it can engrave on soft metals. So that's a lot of the stuff that I would love to get to learn, and I might have some more phone calls with Ben in the future discussing how to do all that. Now, going back to what I said, I would still be completely happy out here in the workshop just sitting at the scroll saw or dabbling on the lathe or the laser engraver every day. But with this, I have more opportunity and more possibilities, and I thank Ben so much for that because I was able to elevate my skill set in the woodworking world. And again, I just want to hear your guys' opinions. I'm not bashing a CNC machine. I'm blessed to have this machine. If anyone is curious, it is the Rockler Next Wave CNC Sharp Pro Plus, I believe it is. It is what is called a desktop CNC machine. It can cut out maybe a 2 foot by 3 foot piece at its maximum. So really, really cool. I really thank you guys for joining in and bearing along with me to hear me just ramble on. I do want to let you guys know that next Wednesday I'll be answering the questions for the Ask Me Anything session. So if you haven't asked me a question yet, please go back to that video on my channel and comment a question you guys would like to ask me, and sound off on your opinions of a CNC machine down in the comments below. I'd love to continue discussing this down in the comments sections. And if you're new here, please subscribe to the channel and also follow me over on Instagram at Artisan Pirate. Links to all my social medias as well as ways to contact me will always be linked down in the description box below these videos. That's about all for this one. And remember guys, if I can make it or do it, so can you. I'm the Artisan Pirate. Take care, and I'll see you guys real soon.